Okay, so something that had kind of kept coming up for me, especially in the last couple weeks, was just noticing how unhappy a lot of people seem to be. And not to say that I live in a bubble, but like I keep my circle and my worlds like pretty positive and I tend to see the best in things, but sometimes it's like you get this glimpse into the reality that so many people live in, and it's like it could be a store clerk, it could just be just talking to friends or just anybody, where you see that they have this like just such a negative outlook on life, and oh, it's only Monday, and counting down the hours. And it's like, when did we decide as a society that that was the way that we wanted to live? Like, we want our people miserable and overworked and not passionate. And when did that happen? Has it always been like that? Or why does it seem that in a time where we're more prosperous than ever, there's nothing you really can't have? Like, you can travel across the country and around the world for a couple $100s. Like, you can pretty much do anything, especially in this country, especially in LA. And there's more miserable people here than anywhere, or than a lot of places at least. And it's like, that all comes down to what you value, because if happiness is the most important thing to you, then your priorities are going to be a lot different than if success is the most important thing. Even though success can be included in happiness, it's like happiness isn't always included in success. And if that's all you really care about, all you really talk about, like, I see it with everybody, like these memes or these like quote squares on Instagram, and everything is about keep the enemy out and let me, like, just all this inspirational stuff, when it's like nobody's really living by that. And there's so much jealousy, and there's so much hatred, and there's so many online bullyings and people killing themselves and kids getting killed by cops. And it's like, what is going on? Like, why are people so miserable? Like, I think more than anything else, if we're going to try to solve any problem, like, why don't we try to find out how to make people happy? Because that's more important than anything. Like, think about when you're happy. Think about you just got the best news of your entire life. You're ear to ear, like wall to wall grinning. And you pass by someone, like, you're only putting out pure love in that moment. You pass a homeless person, you throw them a stack of money, like, you smile so big at the clerk, like, you just got the best news of your life. Well, imagine if you could live like that every day. Like, what if you could be that level of happy and be content, not only with where you are, but with your progress, and just always keep pushing forward, and you felt like you had purpose, and you felt like you were here for a reason, and that you could connect with people. Like, I think so many people think that that's not possible to do, and they put all these other things on top of themselves to try to cover up, like, the loneliness, or just the feelings of like not being connected, and not believing at your core that you're supposed to have what you desire. And it's like, anything that's born inside of you that you have a desire for, there's a reason for that. Like, you're supposed to fulfill that. If you have unique gifts and talents that you can share, you're supposed to share them, and everybody has them. But it's like, we're sitting here thinking, well, how do I make the most money the fastest? And it's like, how much cooler would it be if it's like, how can I be of service to the world? It's like, you can think that that's like, oh, some little thing, like, oh, let me be of service. When you say that, like, when you declare that, when you ask for that, like, the things that God does and the way he moves you and he changes your life, like, I promise you,